Hi everyone, this is Henry. Not broadcasting from the Luftwaffe, my upstairs studio attic for a change. In fact, no, I'm down relaxing in the lounge, having just had a nice bite of brunch. And I am making this short video because I had a really important piece of news today. I already discovered a couple of weeks ago that my blood sugar levels, my HbA1c levels, have now fallen to pre-diabetic levels. Technically, HbA1c of 47, and I think it's 48 and upwards, they classify you actually as diabetic. So that's the first thing, that I've been able to reduce my type 2 diabetes medication, my metformin, basically by half. And they're going to keep me on it for a while longer until they're certain. And if the trend continues and my HbA1c levels continue to fall, then there's a possibility I might be taken off the metformin altogether, which would be absolutely fantastic. Second thing is that I had a video appointment with my oncologist last week, who again has given me some good news. She's confirmed that the prostate cancer is well under control, that my PSA level that was at 1.4. After they finished the radiotherapy in August, they did a test on me, I think it was in September, and found that my PSA level had dropped way down to 1.4 from whatever ghastly figure it was in the first place. So that further reduction means that they'll be able to take me off the awful prostate hormone injections, perhaps rather earlier than anticipated. I've been told that probably the last one I'll have will be in October, and their deposit injections last for 3 months. So that means that that will carry me through to the end of 2020, the beginning of 2021, 22, beg your pardon. We're already in 21, aren't we? Beginning of 2022. At which point my testosterone levels will start to return to normal. And obviously they're going to have to monitor that because testosterone and prostate cancer are heavily involved with one another, let's put it that way. But it means I may get some function back, if you follow my drift, which would be, well, I'll be honest, it would seem quite odd at the moment, having been without any such function for a couple of years now. Very strange. But the reason for making this video today, as you're probably all aware, I've been following a diet and exercise regime since the end of last year, since November. And it was the great results I've had from that and the weight loss has meant that they've been able to reduce my diabetes medication. And today I got the news that my blood pressure, which has been a troublesome thing and for which I've been taking medication for, crikey, years, certainly as long as I been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, so I've lost track, 5 years, 10 years. My blood pressure levels, ladies and gentlemen, are now the same as a 20-year-old, I was told today, which is just amazing. It was like 128 over 80 or something like that. Just like completely normal. Like if she said, if a 20-year-old was to walk in and she took her blood pressure, she wouldn't be surprised to see a reading precisely like that. Which for someone who's about to be 60 next month, wow. Funnily enough, that seems like more of a victory than having the reduction in the diabetes medication. I mean, obviously they can't, one swallow doesn't make a summer. And they're going to have to monitor this and probably take another reading in 3 months' time, something like that. But basically, the lady I saw, who's a healthcare assistant, is going away and will consult with her colleagues and hopefully get back to me about being able to reduce, if not eliminate entirely, my blood pressure medication. Wow, I'm really chuffed about that. Now, for those of you who don't know, my journey began back in November, after in the recovery period from the prostate cancer radiotherapy, which had left me, oh my goodness me, absolutely exhausted, lethargic, depressed, terrible after effects, diarrhea, and so forth. I don't really want to linger on that kind of stuff. But I was in a real state. And of course, the prostate injections, which I've already been having for kind of a year at that point, just made things worse, heightened my emotions. And in fact, as I've said in one of my other videos, certainly contributed to a bit of a breakdown that I had in early mid-January this year, from which I'm still recovering psychologically. But I was on the 1st of November, when I started keeping kind of a spreadsheet of what was going on. I was 18 stone, 10 pounds. When I got on the scales yesterday, I was 15 stone, 5.4 pounds. In my clothes today, she measured me at fraction more than that, like 15 stone, 7 pounds. So a loss of 20 something kilos. She said the measurements she got, my belly measurement has dropped by 9 inches, 21 centimeters, something like that, which is extraordinary. I can tell you, because even this shirt, which I bought at a smaller size than I would have done, I used to buy everything XXXL, triple XL, and now a couple of months ago I bought some double XL, and this is already, look at the room in it, it's ridiculous. So the reason I'm making this video is, partly it's, yay, go me. I'm giving myself a pat on the back because it's been hard, bloody work. It really has. But I am in such a totally different place now, physically and mentally, because of the hard work I've put in, the sense of satisfaction at having been actually able to do something. You might remember from my cancer videos, the frustration was all I could do was lie there and let them zap me. There was actually nothing I could do. Since then, I've proved to myself, and hopefully to all of you, yes, there certainly is something you can do. Look after yourself physically and mentally. Diet. I've been using the Michael Mosley 800 diet. I haven't been rigid with it. I haven't been absolutely 100% strict with it. Some days it might have been 800 calories. Occasionally it might have even been a bit fewer than 800, 600 or 700. Some days it's been a few more. It might have been 900 or 1,000 calories. So I've not been rigid about it. I've not been stupid about it. But basically Michael Mosley's 800 fast diet has done the trick, together with an exercise regime that started with me having real trouble doing, say, 10 press-ups and a couple of sit-ups, to now I'm regularly doing 30, 40, 50 minutes a day of kind of home gymnasium exercises with some dumbbells, sometimes to music, sometimes there's using some of the crazy videos that are out there. Sometimes completely my own stuff, remembered from when I used to be very fit as a youngster. So that, plus getting out for walks as often as possible. Daily if possible. Sometimes the weather's just like, not going out in that. But even if it's a bit kind of outside, and certainly if it's sunny, making sure I get out. Now, I know you're supposed to do 10,000 steps, and I've got one of these Fitbit things strapped to my wrist, but I'm not religious. It's like I want it to be an enjoyable walk, and sometimes it might be 10,000 steps, sometimes it might be 6,000 or 7,000 steps. And if I take myself out for what I call a proper walk, my Fitbit screams at me, telling me to sit down after 14, 15, 16. I think the biggest day was 22,000 steps recently, going up South Downs on the outskirts of Brighton and Hove, around the woods and stuff. Absolutely fabulous. Sometimes on my own, sometimes in company. My godson. Oh my goodness me! Try and keep up with my godson, who's now like 6 foot plus and has a very long stride, and is super fit. Or my good friends, or my partner Anne, and we go tramping around. It's lovely. Sometimes the ground is really muddy, sometimes it's dry. I've got proper gear now. I've got the boots I bought actually when I did my marathon walk back in 2011. I've got, proper waterproofy over trousery things and a rucksack and so on and so forth. Take snacks with me, water, cup of coffee, that kind of stuff. But I am actually finding that the walking is particularly beneficial psychologically. Getting out in the fresh air, getting out particularly in a bit of nature, a bit of green works wonders. Absolutely does. So, as well as kind of, pat me on the back, I'm making this video to encourage any of you who are currently struggling with your weight, with your mental health. Keep at it. Don't give up. Keep plugging away. If I had a specific piece of advice, actually, it would be don't set any specific goals. Don't say to yourself, yes, I definitely want to lose 7 pounds or whatever it is. Because sometimes 7 pounds can absolutely fall off you, as I know. And other times, 7 pounds can be a month or more of absolute hard graft with your weight going lose a pound, gain a pound, lose a pound, gain a pound, lose 2 pounds, gain a pound, lose a pound, gain 2 pounds. Seemingly inexplicable. And if you're too wedded to a specific weight goal, you can end up giving up, getting depressed with lack of progress. Whereas if you just do what I do, which is just my overall goal is to lose weight and improve my health. And just treat when you stand on the scales, you're just gathering data. Treat yourself, as I have, as a scientific experiment. I've kept a Excel or Mac numbers spreadsheet for months now, where just the time of day, how long I exercise for, precisely what exercises I did, and my scales tell me, my weight in stones, which I then convert to kilos, and also it tells me my body fat percentage, which is another thing that I've lost masses of. When I started, I think my body fat percentage was something like 52%, which is crikey, I was lucky to be alive. And it's now down at 38.1%, something like that. Which still isn't brilliant, I've got a way to go yet. I'm 15 stone, 5'7" at the moment. My ideal weight would be probably, 12 stone, 11.5, 12 stone, something like that. So I've still got a long journey ahead of me, and I'm not stopping. I'm just keeping going, until my body says, you can't lose anymore, or in fact, you're putting weight on because you're gaining muscle. That'd be something, wouldn't it? So I don't know where this journey is going to take me. But if I manage to get below 15 stone, lose another half stone from where I am now, I'm already in uncharted territory. The last time I was under 15 stone, I think I was in my teens, because I was a very, very fit boy, very muscular, did a lot of weights, was doing field events, shot put, discus, that kind of stuff, prop forward. And I was trying to put weight on back then. And I seem to remember my coach was rejoiced when I managed to get past 14 stone. So, there's going to be a point somewhere where my body says, enough, stop. And probably my wife will be saying, Henry, I can't keep taking your trousers in and your clothes in, So, keep at it. I've already recommended Dr. Michael Mosley's 800 diet, and there's loads out there. Just Google it. Dr. Michael Mosley, 800 fast diet. And there's his 5-2 diet as well, brilliant. And there's cookbooks to go with that, and you can join his online thing and so get custom exercise videos and all that kind of stuff. Brilliant, brilliant guy. A lot of respect. When it comes to the psychology, I think I've recommended this before. There's an app called the Calm app, C-A-L-M, a Calm app, which I hugely recommend. There's a vast amount of stuff on it. I can't remember how much an annual subscription is, but just pay it. It's worth it. I think there's a free trial anyway, but just do it. I always do what's called the daily calm, which is just 10 minutes of meditation. However tough and beefy you think you are, do not be put off at the thought of meditation. It is not hippy-dippy shit. It is just a way of clearing your head of all your other anxieties and aggro and worries and focusing. And it has benefits not just for your kind of mental health, but also for your ability to work, focus on work and that kind of stuff, or focus on the people you're with, pay more attention to what's going on around you, be more aware of what's going on around you, and learn how to deal with any difficulties that arise. Absolutely fantastic. Massive recommendation. Okay, so the Calm app. And there's one last one. Professor, is he, or Dr. Rick Hanson, Hanson, wrote a book that was published a couple of years ago called Resilient. If you want a Bible for your life, buy that book. Available Kindle and paperback and hardback and audiobook and. It's not kidding, it's not overstating it to say that is a book, one of several, but that book, I would say, kind of summarises a lot of the other books that I've read. Kind of a Bible for your life, dealing with stuff and coming out the other side smiling. And as someone who had a breakdown earlier this year, I can tell you that it's worked very quickly for me. It's been brilliantly helpful. So that's a thoroughgoing, unreserved recommendation. Resilient by Rick Hanson, available from Amazon and all good bookshops. And bookshops you can actually go into now. You might see it on a shelf, good Lord, in the self-help or psychology section, something like that. Basically, my philosophy has become, if it helps you, do it. Okay? Don't feel embarrassed about it. I mean, the last recommendation would be, like me, don't be embarrassed about reaching out and getting help. I'm having therapy, regular therapy now. Hugely valuable. You need to hunt around. For me, the first person I found isn't necessarily the best person for me, so I'm actually moving on to someone else after 3 months now. But having someone completely independent of your life to talk to and offload your stuff to, that's absolutely invaluable. So, but that's an investment. That's an investment I've decided to make because obviously these people are professional and they charge whatever they do per hour. You might be lucky, depending on your circumstances, you might be able to find some free or very low cost therapy. I would inquire of your local GP surgery. That's the place to start. And that's a good way of doing it. And there is also, there are websites out there that you can find all your local therapists on. Hunt around, find someone who suits you best. All right? But there you go. Just to summarize then, I'm almost a normal human being again. Physically, at least. I'm not going to make any claims about anything else. But physically, at least, I'm now not diabetic. I now don't have high blood pressure. I'm sure they'll poke around and find something else wrong with me. I no longer have prostate cancer. That's 3 things I no longer am or have, which is just amazing. If you'd said that this would have been possible, if you'd asked me just when I'd had my last radiotherapy session at the end of last August, I would have, no way. But here I am, whole, live, and physically at least, more or less fixed, and now just working to be even better. So thanks for watching, and if you're trying to lose weight and you're trying to recover from mental health issues, all the very best. Good luck. Take care.